أعزائي المشاهدين، كما عودناكم في برنامجكم الأسبوعي برنامج إماراتي، أنا صديق لكم خيرة من دولة الإمارات العربية المتحدة، ولهذا الأسبوع من إمارة دبي السيد جريث المدير التنفيذي لشركة. Good afternoon, Mr. Gareth.
Good afternoon.
As a first, welcome to Emirati program, and it's our pleasure to visit your office, and we would like to know more about you. Who is Gareth, from where he came, and what the reason to visit United Arab Emirates.
So we originally visited the UAE in 2017. It was a combination of a little bit of research combined with obviously a family holiday, as you do, and as most people, we instantly fell in love with the UAE. And as a lot of people say that we could live here. So from that point in, myself and my wife, we did our research. We came back many more times, and decided to make it home. Home obviously started 2 years ago, and we've actually been in business for 30 years. Wow. In a variety of construction, swimming pools, fit outs, predominantly in the UK, also in Spain, and we obviously bring that to the UAE. We set up LAPIDICIA, which is our fit out company, and we've also got the Pool Guys by LAPIDICIA, which is our swimming pool landscaping company. We specialise in high end. So everything about what we do is about the minute attention to detail. Those fine details that most people don't notice, but collectively they do. They see it. It makes the difference on what is a good project to a fantastic project. And that's what we specialise in. We've done that for 30 years, and along the way we've made many mistakes. But we've learned from those. Yeah, we've learned from those mistakes, and I believe we now produce some very, very good products.
2023, it was our first step in United Arab Emirates to establish the business here, and we take the decision already done. When you come to UAE, how you find the research, how you find to set up a business, how you find the process to apply for a company and a staff to hiring, what difficulties you find?
To be honest, to actually set up the business, it was so easy. The UAE have invested in technology and streamlined processes. So no, there was no problems, no errors. It really was so easy. From getting our visas, the company trade license, very, very easy to do. And there's so much help. Whereas most countries you have to battle to get help. Here you can drop into DD Cafe or whatever it may be. There's someone there all the time, very friendly, very helpful. So no, to actually set up the business in its first time was very, very straightforward. Obviously, once we've got our trade license and we found our initial home here in Business Bay, the big task then was finding the staff and finding the right staff. Luckily, we get in there. We've got some fantastic members of staff now, and we're growing fast.
I'm sure of 30 years of experience, and when you move to United Arab Emirates, you have a new vision. You have a new driving to the business way. How you build that, and also we need a strong communication to have a more, we can say, support from the community. How you build that the first few months?
So the first few months, what I've found with the UAE as well is there is so much community help from fellow expats. Everybody's here for the same reason, for a better life, for the prospects that we've got here. So everybody wants to help one another. So I've never had it before where we could call up unannounced one of our competitors and say, right, we're new here, we've got a bit of a problem, what would you help, can you guide me on this? And they will straight away, they'll talk to you on the phone, they'll invite you in to see them and say, right, this is how we did it, we've been here 20 years and these are the areas that we've made and over the time, and so helpful. I've never had that before. And in the same ways, we would hope that in the future a new company would come along and we'd be happy to help them and guide them, and they're not competitors. They're just, you know, companies, part of the community together. You know, you'll pass work, an inquiry might come to ourselves. It might not be right for us, but we know a company, right, actually, we'll say, right, speak to this guy at this company, they can help you.
It's healthy, we can.
It is, yeah. It's refreshing, very refreshing. It's, you know, everybody's aren't your competitors. They're there to guide and help one another. There is so much business within the UAE, so many, you know, so much work to actually be able to do. You know, it can be shared. It can be shared between everyone, and it's for everyone's good.
Let us know more about the services you're providing and how you keep, we can say, your service better quality and more, we can say, professionally, as what we see in the market. Also, maybe we can see few of people in the markets or companies, they don't have that ability of professional services. So how we will drive our company to be one of the best in Dubai?
Right, so from ourselves, most companies that come start out doing fit out and landscaping, the first thing they do is start employing subcontractors and such as that. Our very first employee was our architect, because it's about the design, the professionalism. The second employee was our visual renderer. And then we moved on from there to our civil engineers and so on. So for us, it's about the design, the technicality. And that's the difference. There are so many companies, just every project they do looks the same. It's literally dropping boxes into spaces. What we do and how we do it, we will, at length, we'll speak to our clients, we'll find out exactly what they do, find out what their life is, and then in-house, we're not contracting out in-house, we will go through the full design process, the renders, and we may be a couple of weeks backwards and forwards, certain ones, we may be months backwards and forwards till we get the exact design that they want. And then from that point, then we start looking at quotations. But we don't discuss quotations until we've got the design exactly what it should be.
Good.
And that's the thing. And also, once then the project starts, it's making sure what we create on site is an exact replica of our designs that we've done. And the quality of the materials, the quality of the process. And it's not just what's on the surface. It's more important is what's behind that. There is, across the world in construction, there is this, doesn't matter what's behind it, it's what's on the surface.
Right.
But if your foundations of your product aren't right, the surface is just facade. And that's how we keep it.
So also we need to build a strong communication or relation with our client, which we need to know their story very well to know what we will build for them. How you build that relation also, how you keep more transparency with your client, which we need always to be a very, very clear vision.
Yes, every single client, I personally go out to see them.
Wow.
So, you know, and we don't start with what's your budget. At the initial discussion, we're not bothered what the budget is. It's about finding out what their background is, what their culture is, because every culture wants something different from their garden. It may be that it needs to be VASTU compliant. There's lots of variations. So we will speak to them and find out at length what they want, how they will use their project. It's not just about the aesthetics of it. It's like, do they have young children, or are they going to come along in the future? So we will design around that side. So yeah, and also we will then, you know, we will befriend our clients. You know, we're working for them for many months. So we need to, you know, along the lines, we need to be friends and be able to be frank as well. So if they have an issue or a concern, they know they can call me or message me directly. And yeah, we will go out, we'll discuss it. Everything's not plain sailing. It's construction. There are issues along the way, and we want it so our clients can discuss this with us and find a solution and rectify whatever this problem may be or make changes.
How you see the technology or the AI, which maybe if we implement it with our system to get better result or to make it more easy for our people, how you see its help and how it's important to implement it, the latest technology?
Oh, it's very important. If you don't embrace it, you're going to be left behind. And certain tasks, like from the design and the architecture that 2-3 years ago would have taken many hours,
right,
we can complete in literally minutes and hours now. And so if you don't embrace it, you're going to get left behind. And it's that advancement. It's the renders we do now are photorealistic. And without the AI, you could never have done that in the first place. You're still back on sketches and indicative designs rather than so many renders we actually look at and they believe it's an actual photo of what their garden will be. So AI, you've got to, and also obviously out on site at this point in time, obviously it's of no help to us. It's still manual labour, but I believe in the future, as it's developing so fast, it's only a matter of time before we have machines helping, laying the tiles, it may be cutting them for us. Yeah, you've got to embrace it, or you're not there. You're not part of the future.
Right. You've done many projects, and you are running many other projects, which we would like to know today. The best projects, which was very close to you, and also the difference from other projects which you've done in the market, as a luxury or as a normal or basic project.
Yeah. Everybody would generally say the best project they did is this amazing one that they've done. It's like with the best budget, the best project. It's not always that. Often, when we first started out, we were doing projects and a client had come to us. They've got a little townhouse, funds were low, they've got a young family, they need somewhere for them to play, they need somewhere to entertain. And some of these budgets were extremely low, but we went in there and we looked at ways we can create the same look for a lot less cost. And we've created a beautiful garden, the customer's over the moon with it. And yes, you may not put it all over the internet and say, wow, look at this one we've done, but to the customer, they love it. We managed to get it within their budget, which was very, very small. And we've created something beautiful for them at the same time. The children are playing out, they're entertaining there. The lights come on automatic on a night. They look out and for them, it is a wow. And people need to realise, that 1.5 million dirham garden out on the Palm or Emmett Sills probably doesn't mean the same as that person who's only spent 50, 60, 80,000 dirhams. Right. Because that money means so much more to them, the project means so much more to them. So actually, yes, as much as we like to put the big projects on the internet and say, look what we've done, actually it's those small, intimate ones that are, the special ones.
And for the commercial project, let us to know what project you done also in the market as a commercial, and how you build a relation with the founders of that associated. So
at the minute, the actual commercial is still at a tentative age for us. So we're finding our feet in there more and more. So as we're growing fast, we're getting the attention of the big commercial companies. So we've got several hotels that we're about to engage in projects for them. EMAR, we're down in downtown for EMAR, in a couple of their hotels down there. We're doing a fit out actually currently in a spa in Sky Lounge. So, and this is a completely new market for us, which is growing fast. We're also in talks with Bengati about one of their prestigious projects there. So yeah, obviously I can't say too much about some of these things at the minute, but yeah, we're certainly moving forward on the commercial scale. We're getting more and more inquiries, especially a lot of the newer developers that are arriving here in Dubai. Obviously, historically it's been the sort of like big six developers. More and more, there's smaller ones coming in. We're quoting in JVT for several new apartments blocks there to do all their swimming deck and everything for them. So yeah, it's our commercial side is growing fast.
How you see it's important to select the right raw materials to the project which will work on it, and how it's also important to find the right designers, to find right company which they will deliver on the time, how we can do our right research to find the expertise on the markets, which will help us. Maybe the price will be a little bit high, it's fine, but the delivery on the time will be the materials which they will find the best, they will choose for us. What's the important point to check on any company or on any designer which will help us to create our project?
Right, so obviously materials are very important, and whether someone is wanting a garden with all natural materials, we spend many hours and days researching, finding the exact material that customer wants. Usually we go to customers and some have got an exact vision of what they want, others have no ideas. So we start off, are you looking for a Mediterranean look or like a modern style, and we work our way back from there. So we've got many projects at the minute. For example, we've got one in Ranches 3, and the entire project is made from Spanish marble, and we have a combination. So we spent a lot of time finding the exact right stone for them that was the right colour, the right texture, and obviously it's getting the right quality as well. So some certain clients will come to us and they've already, prior to contacting us, they've spent many weeks and months researching themselves, finding that they will come to us with like an entire palette. These are the tiles we want, and these are this item we want. Sometimes they're the right ones, sometimes we would then advise them and say, right, actually, these materials are not really practical for around a pool or within the pool. They're not going to create the look that you want. So we will help them. Also, you'll see our office, we've got lots of samples around the office. And as I say, we will spend many hours going and getting the right ones for the client. But it's also, we try and source as much as we can from within the UAE for environmental, reasons, logistics. And it's nice to buy something from within the country that you live in. Occasionally, also for our lagoon pools, for example, everything comes from Italy because they're the best at creating this product. So we will bring it in from there. And across the board, that's what we'll do. We'll find the right product from the right source and just make sure it's exactly right for what the customer's wanting.
So I'm sure after that 2 or 3 years in the market, you have today your vision to drive this company to right direction. What's your vision for the next 5 years?
We have big plans. This year, we are currently looking for premises for our factory. So currently we buy our glass fibre pools in from third parties, and they manufacture it. We would prefer anything that's manufactured, we bring it in-house. So we have complete control over the timescales, the quality, and the execution of that product. So this year our factory will be opening, and that is going to be manufacturing our swimming pools. In the future, we'll be having our aluminium, will be manufactured, powder coated, all in-house. Same again, from that, next year we'll be looking at creating, probably down in Dubai, our joinery factory. So we're bringing that in-house. And it's that way we can bring our clients in. So we're not having to use another company. We're not paying another company to create something and we then lose that control. So by having it in-house, we have ultimate control. The clients have ultimate control as well by their vision. We can create that. We haven't got someone saying, well, actually, that's difficult to make, so we don't really want to do that. We can create it. As we move forward, we'll have more divisions. Later this year, we are looking to open another office in Abu Dhabi. It's another part, so we're getting more and more inquiries from Abu Dhabi, so logically, we have an office there and a full team. Our architect actually has already moved up to Abu Dhabi, and she's working remotely up there. So big changes. And that's just the next 2 years. As we move forward from that, the plan is to have a beautiful showroom. We've already designed it. So I've shown with the swimming pools, the fit outs, the kitchens, all in-house. So clients can come down to a show centre and they can choose all their samples. So, and yes, onwards and upwards.
If I ask you about if we can done any project out of United Arab Emirates, or just we are focusing only in UAE at the moment, and when you are planning to go out also like in other GCC countries in the future?
So we are already getting lots of inquiries from the other GCC countries. At this point in time, we're not doing them. So we want to perfect what we're doing here first before we do expand elsewhere. Yes, within the next 5 years, we will be in Qatar and Saudi and so on. And they are very similar countries, obviously, in how it is, the demographics. It should be quite a seamless transition to actually move into those countries as well. Head office will always be in the UAE. This is where home is, so logically that's where head office will always be. But we will have satellite offices all around the GCC. And within the next 5 years, I would hope that we would have an office in every GCC country.
We wish for you all the best. Today, if you have a message to the people who support you personally, who stand with you always in right time, or we can say difficult times, who's these people and what they deserve from you to have a message to them?
The number one would be Melanie, my wife, been through my side for the last 30 years.
And today also behind the camera.
And today also behind the camera. But yeah, 30 years, been by my side. We've had ups and downs. Obviously, life is like the UAE. It started off many years ago. There's been many disasters along the way, but you keep growing. We keep growing. We keep evolving. Mel is there. Mel is my right-hand person. So when I'm questioning myself, Mel's there. Mel tells me when I'm doing things wrong or corrects me often. But yeah, so number one is Mel along the way. Obviously, outside of that, there's certain companies and people obviously within other companies that have helped along the way. Often employees, we take an employee on. We would hope that everyone have equality within the company. So we don't want yes man. We want people where if we're doing something wrong or they find a better way, and it could be someone from the office, it could be someone one of the helpers on site. Right. Why are we not doing this? Why should we should be doing this better? We take that on board, and every one of these is a lesson learned for us. We don't know, we haven't got everything right. We don't know everything, and everybody has a different perspective. And often it's what will be classed as the lowest person on the site, or perceived lowest person on site. They come with the best ideas, and it's not always about position. So we see everybody as a mentor.
From your experience on the market of United Arab Emirates, so what's advice you are giving also to any investor who are planning to come to UAE to invest or to live in this peaceful country, and a message also to the UAE governmental leaders for their support in different structures of United Arab Emirates?
Right, so anyone who's looking to invest here, we literally closed our entire life in another country and moved everything here. Everything we had has been invested in the UAE. We have so much confidence in it. And so an investor who's just using it as an investment, they couldn't find a better place. We looked all over the world for where would be our next home for the next many decades, hopefully. And you can't go wrong. Anyway, life is up and down. Right. Investments will be up and down. But ultimately, it's on the up. Right. The UAE, yes, we have the current issues, but it's a blip. And next year, the UAE will be reporting, the real estate has improved another 15, 20%, and year on year that is going to keep happening. There are so many people moving here, it's never ending.
And you are in the constructions, so the market is moving, nothing stopped.
No. Even with obviously the current issues, you would think we would have had 60 days of rest, and we've never been busy. We've never been busier. So for me, it's not even been happening. What war? So we are getting more inquiries all the time from residential clients and investors and other fit-out companies that are wanting us to do their work for them. So no, it's invest in the UAE. You will not ultimately you will gain. You cannot possibly lose by investing here.
And as a thanks message to the UAE governmental leaders for their vision, what you would like to say to them today?
I, like many expats, feel extremely privileged to be here. We've put so much trust in the UAE governments to look after us. Ultimately, they are looking after us, and they've done an amazing job. It's a privilege to be here. It really is. Obviously, separate from the last 60 days, even prior to that, the process they're putting in, the vision they've had over the last 50 years. And it's their vision's a bit like running a business. You have that vision, things happen, you have to vary that slightly and bend a little bit, but ultimately, it's never ending. They're amazing families that are actually running the UAE, and we can't thank them enough.
Thank you, Gareth, for your time to be the Emirati program. It was our pleasure again to visit your office and to visit your team. We wish for you all the best and more of success. We will have a look at few of your project, inshallah, on our details later. And we wish for your family also all the best and keep healthy.
Thank you very much.